Let's go send the feedback. Ready? www.lovethenumber2jamradio.com. Queen of all things indie here, introducing the wonderful Talaka from Tlakas Tavern, ladies and gentlemen.
And what about my co-host?
That's your job. I just was trying to introduce the show. All right. Because you just didn't say nothing.
I didn't know. I'm still learning.
That's what this is, friend. Oh, okay. This means go. Green light, we live, okay. All systems go.
Okay, so I'm still learning. This is only my third show, so we're doing it together. So welcome to Tlakas Tavern. We need y'all to tap in on Tuesdays to talk about our topics and things that's going on in the world. Got my co-host today. I don't know who he is today. Is he Ahmad Andre? Is he Black Magic or is he 187? AKA the AKA.
Okay, pow, pow, pow.
I'm Ahmad Andre.
Oh, he do got the button up on.
Oh, yeah. So here we go with that. So we have the bougie one today.
She's bougie on today.
Well, it's all good. So today on Tlakas Tavern, we are talking about, what we're talking about, co-host?
Forgiveness.
What that is.
Let go. Well, in 2021, due to all the things going on in the world, we need to let go and forgive.
Well,
in that order?
Forgive and let go.
In that order.
That order.
Okay.
So that's what we're talking about tonight because we're almost at the end of the first month. And a lot of people are talking about, still the new me, new day, and all this other stuff. And you can't be the new you if you're still holding on to the old you. So we're going to get into that. But before we do that, we've got a couple of things we need to do. We need to thank our sponsors, which is Saving Minds Coalition, and we have one more, LaTasha Thompson's Real Estate.
Thank you, Miss Tasha.
Thank you, Miss Tasha.
Yeah, so we have to thank our sponsors so that we can be here. Also, don't forget tomorrow is Pearls and Chucks. We got to support our first female person of color as the VP of the US of A. So we got to make sure we put those Pearls and Chucks on tomorrow. Also, we don't want to forget our guys, because everything's been just centered around us women. Our guys can wear their chucks tomorrow just to support our sisters. So, that's what we got going on.
And then we'll do that. We get off work and put my chucks on.
Thank you. So it's Black Magic putting his chucks on?
Black Magic.
Oh, okay.
Black Magic putting his chucks on and right.
Okay, so we just need to see, we just want to know which one of y'all going to be doing it.
Two-wheel motion tomorrow. Two-wheel motion.
Now, and one more thing before we get into our topic, I just want to throw out there about COVID. COVID to this weekend has touched so many people, and I would like to make sure that everybody just take their extra precaution. Be safe. If you know you're not feeling well, it's okay to miss that one event. I promise it's going to be so many more, and just be mindful about. If you're asymptomatic and you're out here with you're positive or you're coughing or you have any type of symptoms, be mindful that other people's systems are not as strong as yours. So we're going to just be a little bit more careful about that.
Please, please, please be careful. I'm still going into places every day and people are actually mad at me because I have my mask on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So just be extra careful out there because there are new strands and it's just right now it's just crazy, and we're gonna leave that one at that. All right, so co-host again, what are we talking about today?
Today is forgiveness and flourish.
Forgiveness and flourish. So I'm just curious, are you holding on to any grudges?
No, actually I let go of my grudges in 2019. Right around January, February. I had a epiphany. Yeah, I had a boo-boo. Something just hit me. I'm like, what, you holding on to too many grudges, And some of them are fake grudges. You think you're mad at somebody, but you really ain't. You know what I'm saying? You're really mad at yourself for allowing yourself to be in bad situations that you knew was going to be bad. So setting yourself up for failure. So I let go a whole lot of things and I apologize to myself.
To yourself. Okay, well, I, when we're talking about letting go and pain, that's one of the big topics we've had over this weekend. Um, we have so many people that are holding on to grudges from when I'm talking about 20, 30 years ago, family grudges because somebody wore the same shirt that they wore and they haven't spoken in 20 years because it's ridiculous some of the minor grudges that are going on in families and just the breakdown of relationships and the unnecessary anger that some people are carrying around. And they're wondering why they're stuck in this same stronghold and can't move forward. And it's because they're still mad at somebody from 18, not wasn't that 18, 1986 for wearing the same FUBU shirt that they wore to the graduation or something like that. It's so we just have to find a way to take a look at ourselves so that we can start shedding some of these layers so that we can become the person that we really want to be.
Let's talk about that. I got a question for you.
Okay.
In the Black community, African American community, what is the number one family grudge? Can you come up with something? What's the number one thing that everybody complains about in families?
The number one thing that people complain about in families,
Grudges.
Grudges.
I can't stand her. You know, you don't see your cousin for 6 years. You don't see your brother for 7 years. You don't see your mama and daddy. You don't even go by and visit. What is it?
I mean, it's so many. That's such a wide answer. So many things. You just say the number one grudge.
Yeah.
There's no true number one grudge. I mean, you have family scandals where they've kept things hidden from people for years. You have not just scandals. I mean, just you have, for instance, you have people that are wondering who their parents are. You have cases of molestation within the family. You have cases where they've been there for physical abuse. So it's not just the number one grudge. I mean, there's all sorts of big items, but then there's all sorts of small items too. Who made the best potato salad, or somebody took too many plates home and they didn't put enough money in for the family reunion, Yeah. So that, I mean, it's several issues and dynamics regarding that and regarding that in a black family. So we can't say what the number one issue is, not unless you know. Do you know what it is?
From experience, it's usually death or elderly sickness or something like that. You know, somebody passed away. All the fish come up to feed. That's usually the number one. Somebody hit a lick.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, somebody hit a lick, and then.
And everybody feel like they're supposed to win off of that one person.
Yep, everybody is supposed to win. What's up? What's up, Ahmad? I ain't heard from you in a long time. What you been up to, dog?
Well, I mean, even with that too, I mean, but then that goes back to the cases of entitlement and people, but sort of like what we spoke on last week about where everyone feels as though someone owes them something, but they don't owe themselves enough to take care of their business. So that goes back to entitlement. You can't be mad at me because I became a millionaire and you still in housing because you didn't want to put in the work, and I'm not going to take you along with me. So you can't be mad at that person for not taking on dead weight. Mm-hmm. So, and we do have a lot of that, I have seen a lot of grudges with regards to that, where people are mad because someone has become successful and they reach out. It's like, hey, cuz, can I get this? Can I get that? And I know I'm a giver. So I've given, and you watch them squander while you're the one hustling and doing the work, and they're not doing their part. And it becomes a case of expecting.
Ready for number 2?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. The second one is we're middle-aged. I'm 22.
Who middle-aged?
We're middle-aged.
I don't know about middle aged. I'm seasoned well.
I just turned 22. So we're middle-aged.
Okay, well,
But the number one thing is, what number two? Number two thing on forgiveness is friends. So, question. You know, when you're younger, you have friends you kick it with, you hang out with, you do things with. But as you get older and you mature and you evolve and you lose those friends. And
well, you don't necessarily lose them. It's just you're on two different planes, and so it's not so much that you lose your friends. We got people watching. Hey, Calissa, and Sweet Eve. Hey, Goody Cleanup guy. I miss your names if y'all know I'm horrible with it, but thank you guys for tuning in. But you don't necessarily lose those friends because we were watching. Prime example, and this is not reality, it's a TV show, Girlfriends. Girlfriends is the same example of real life to a certain degree. You have a successful attorney, then you have one friend that's homeless, that's a bum, then you have one friend that's middle aged, and we have one friend that's married. So you can still be friends on a wide spectrum of being in different areas in your life.
I have friends too. I have a whole lot of friends. What's up to all my friends, my homeboys? I love y'all. I ain't talked to y'all in a long time, but I love you. But what happened with me and a lot of my friends is, like I said, you don't move on. You just you find other things you enjoy, and sometimes being a lot around some friends, you avoid old habits. So I had a whole lot of bad habits. It was my bad habits, but when I'm around certain friends, them bad habits become off the chain. So, we talking real, grown folks.
So you're saying that you let your friends bring out that worst side of you?
No, they didn't. It's really they didn't bring it out. It's in me, but just the environment.
Okay.
Yeah, I blame nothing on nobody.
Okay.
Everything is on me. But
it's on me, baby.
It's on me, baby. But yeah, so I would say I evolved because I had to really sit down and say, hey, don't go around this, don't go around that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Sit your butt at home, chill out. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get them texts. What's up, dog? We doing A, B, C, and D. Sending pictures, flyers, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you sitting there, you're like, oh, I can go get crunk and turned up, and then you sit back and say, no, I'm gonna chill. I love them friends to death. So I say that's how I would say I changed and flourished. I'm really happy I did. So,
well, on that note, I think that when we're starting to talk about friends, it's about life paths. It's again. The hardest lesson I've ever had to learn is that I can't take everyone with me where I'm going, because this is my journey, my path, my passion. And I have a bad habit of people who I care about. I want to make sure that hey, y'all come on, this might be pretty good. Come on with me on this journey, on this path. Let's try this, let's do this. Because I believe if I win, I want everybody around me to win. I don't want to win by myself. I want everybody to come up. So I've had to cut back on doing that, because what I've had to discover was my thought process on success or winning, or on just doing certain things. I eat this radio station, this radio show. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take the whole neighborhood. We got all piled up in the love the jam. Everybody got something to say,
Sooner or later we will do that.
Okay.
Just give you a heads up.
Come on through.
But I'm just saying, but this is not for everybody. Yeah. And so I had to learn how to respect that and honor that, and that everybody just some people don't want to leave out their comfort zone. They're comfortable in that place where they are, and that's where we're getting into ways of let go and feeling this pain, because what we find is that we get comfortable in being in a place of hurt. So once someone has hurt us, it's easier for us to wallow in that hurt and to hold that grudge than to say, okay, I forgive you. Because once you say, okay, I forgive you, you've opened up a new door for the chance to be hurt again. So that's the one thing that we're looking at. We have to find a way to break through that door and be okay with forgiving people and be okay with saying, you know what, I'm gonna give you that chance to, and that's not give them that chance. I'm gonna give myself the chance to let go and be able to move forward into another stage in my life.
Hmm.
I see you looking. You got something else you want to say?
Oh no, I'm looking. I left my glasses. I'm squinting.
I think it like in my life it seemed like I connect with people on a certain level, right? Say we connect on a level when we're tight about music. So as long as you're as passionate about music as me, we always gonna vibe on that level. Then this person might, venture off into something else, stop doing music. So now the foundation that we built on music is not really there no more. So then when you remove the foundation, you find that there's not a whole lot in common, but y'all were so, connected with this one thing. So I think a lot of times maybe we like connect with people on certain levels and then we stop doing whatever that level was or participating in it, and then the distance grows.
Right.
Any bad feelings or
Yeah, because it's like, this person becomes your friend and that's their role in your life, and then they just bow out of the role, not on purpose or nothing, but they might have a kid or have to get a regular job, or you were understanding of it, but at the same time you're like, damn, this.
I'm guilty of that though, so I can honestly say that I'm guilty of that. That we can vibe on one thing, and I can find, once I get into it or whatever and just really dive into it, I might decide that this is really not for me and this is not the path I want to take. Doesn't mean that I don't care for my friend any less. It's just that we're gonna have to find another level to something else to gravitate to, that's a meeting of the minds for both of us.
Right.
And also with that, a lot of people, when you move on, when you flourish, which that's part of the topic of the day, flourishing. When you flourish, what you think is flourishing for you. When you flourish, a lot of people don't even call you or y'all don't have anything in common, so you don't hear from them anymore.
Well, that part is true, but also
No, it's very true in my case. I'm just saying, I love all my partners, but I don't get a whole lot of once you get off the scene, the set, or doing something different, everything dries up.
Why do you think that is, though, Miss Talaka?
I think it's because you're not a part of their you're not a part of their shenanigans. You're not a part. You're not in the mix any longer. And a lot of people become intimidated.
It may not be shenanigans. Use another word.
No, it's true.
I like shenanigans.
It's
shenanigans are fun.
Most of the time, if it's some
shenanigans sound, it can be
everybody,
good.
Yeah,
So
I thought. Hold on, wait. Shenanigans is bad?
No.
Oh, okay. Because when I think shenanigans, I think like some organized hierarchy, chaos, like fun.
Shenanigans.
Some people always tell me, "Oh, here you go with them damn shenanigans." So it's usually something I'm doing stupid.
So yes, because it is. But anywho, I'm just gonna say shenanigans can be whatever it depends on how you use it. Words have multiple.
Well, what was you using it for when you said it? That's what I need to know.
He said,
foolishness. Well,
there you go with them dog. Yeah.
Those shenanigans.
Yeah, but shenanigans can be a good thing. It just depends on your thought process and how you see it and how you use it and who you're doing it with. Like me and Miss Love, we might be finna go shopping and get into some shopping shenanigans. That's a good thing. But most of the time when some people are doing certain things and they're getting involved in something, it's some straight up shenanigans. Shenanigans.
Like shenanigans.
Yes. So it is what that is. But I have to say this, that most of the time when you start to, with regards to friends, if we're talking about growth in friends and how to healing and growing in that relationship, most of the time you always have one friend that's always trying to be the overachiever, that's reaching for greatness, and you have one friend that's okay where they are, and that's where the rift comes in, because they're like, okay, once you start to become successful, they feel like now you're trying to be bougie, now you're trying to do these things, and you have to be okay with that in your head, and go on to your own level, and don't let that hold you back.
Bullshit. You bullshit.
On some days I am, when I have my wine and cheese. Yes, I am. I am, but I'm down to earth too. I mean, it just depends. But in talking about letting go and pain, what I'm finding is that a lot of us, as Black Magic, as Black Magic
tonight. I am Ahmad Andre.
Oh, as Ahmad Andre said it early, a lot of us, a lot of us hold. It's really in our mind, because in order to get through to start healing and get through the pain on whatever it is that's holding you back, you have to make a conscious decision that you don't want to be in that place any longer. And that's the hardest thing to do, is to make that conscious decision that you don't want to be in that place of hurt and pain.
Maybe people don't know that they're in a place of hurt and pain, and they're so used to seeing grudges being held from their, like a long line of just grudge holding motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So they don't even realize that it's manifested in the shape of pain and ugliness.
You got people mad at people, don't even know why they mad. You're like, well, what did she do to you? I don't know. I don't even remember, but it was messed up. It was fucked up. Well, what did she do? I don't even know. At such and such, they can tell you what she did. Well, I'm asking you because you're the one mad. You're the one spewing all this hate, and you can just, how some people, you can just feel that anger on them, and you're like, well, I mean, what did this person do that was just so bad that you can't forgive them, that it has you in a stronghold? It doesn't have that other person in the stronghold, because they've moved on with their life and they're flourishing, they're growing, they're doing things, but you're stuck in a mental stronghold because you're mad at somebody and you don't even know why.
Insecurity. A lot of people mad at them. They're just insecure with themselves. They really don't believe in themselves. So whatever's been put out there said about them, they actually believe it, or they thinking other people believe it. So they just stuck on it. I can't believe this person said about this about me. Is that how she looks at me like that, or he looks at me like that? Is that how the world looks at it? Looks at me. So that's why I be just stuck on people. They worried about, Talaka got long hair, and then Talaka worried about, well, why she say I got long hair, and then you just think about that all damn day long. Excuse me, French. Can I curse on radio?
What's it?
But that's what the problem is with it. Let go. That's what the thing tonight. Let go. Well, I'm not telling you to let go. I'm just speaking to.
Well, I've been let go.
Let go.
I've learned how. Thank God, I was blessed on multiple levels with regards to my upbringing and my life. And one thing that I have learned to do is I've learned how to let go, but I never forget. So
is that really letting go though?
Yes, it is, because let me tell you, I can forgive you. I don't hold no ill will against you, but I'm not gonna let you get me again. So that's the thing. See, I've been through that too. I've let go, forgiven, and went back in, and just that was the dumbest shit, excuse my language, that I ever could have done, because I went back in. That's just like, you already know the fire hot, and I know if I touch it, I'm gonna get burned. But guess what I'm gonna do? I touch it again. So when you keep continuously go back into somebody, that doesn't mean you any harm, that don't mean you any good, that is not good for you or your spirit, then yes, you setting yourself up for failure. And that's why God gave us common sense. And you can forgive somebody.
He didn't give everybody.
Yes, he did. It's up to them whether they choose it or not. But what I'm saying, choose to use it or not. But what I'm saying is, you can make a conscious decision to forgive and not put yourself in those type of circumstances again. That's just like, we cool, and you can do some things to hurt me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back in, and you trying to convince me to go rob a bank. So because we cool, I'm gonna go rob this bank with you? No, it's about making decisions that are best for you. And so we in trying to heal the first step is again starting with you. It's like, okay, let me write down what I feel like it's had this stronghold on me. That's why paper and pen is everybody's best friend. Don't care if you, as long as you can read it, that's all that matters. It's not about how you spell it, and whatever. As long as you can read it, it's good for you. And you have to take the time and think about, why. Got people that are depressed and they don't know why. You have people again angry and they don't know why. And so you have to just take that time and put it on paper and be like, why do I feel like I'm feeling this way? Who do I feel like has wronged me? And sometimes once you start writing this stuff out, you'll get a chance to really look at it. And that's the first step in, to me, in trying to create some type of closure, is put it out there. Now, once you put it out there, you have to take a look at it and decide how to go ahead and work your way through closing the door to it. And that's the next step. You got to say, okay, you know what? This person has done me wrong. They don't see anything wrong with it. And that's one of the hardest things, trying to feel somebody who done you wrong, and you have to forgive them and move forward without them ever giving you that I'm sorry.
I have a confession. I'm the total opposite. Grandmother Mary Wallace told me at a young age, I don't know if I told you this story. Nonchalant, what do you care about? Do you care about anything? I care about a lot of stuff, but when I get screwed over or bad things happen, I have a short memory when it comes to crap. People just hold on and hold on. So I'm the total opposite. You know what I'm saying? You can screw me today, I'll be like, you know what, that's really screwed up. But next week, it is totally out of my brain. And then when I run back into you, I have to say, well, damn, she did screw me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hold on to stuff long at all. It's like it goes in and comes out, and I'm on to the next one. So knock on wood, I don't know if it's a zodiac thing or Aries. Some people like Aries is whatever they this and that. But with me, I am blessed to just like stuff roll on and it's gone.
Well, I know we have to take a short break really quick. And
why?
Because that's a part of the show. You talk a little bit, then you take a break. You take a break and then you come back. Like part 1, part 2, and then it's over.
What are we breaking to?
Some good music.
All right. We'll be back in how many minutes?
6 minutes.
Please don't go anywhere. We will be back in 6 minutes. Tlakas Tavern with Tlakas Flocka Flame and Ahmad Andre.